K923 Orlando's number one for New Country. I'm not Bob Barker, though. This kind of looks like it. It's Slater hanging out with Jackson Dean.
Yeah, man.
So I'll tell you, as far as the Country Thunders that we have been a part of the last 4 years, the kickoff artist, I'm not going to name who they've had, but you on that stage tonight, even with your ankle that you're healing, blew everybody else away.
Thank you.
Could you see the crowd, since it is during the daytime, could you see everybody kind of like hanging out and they're like, what's going on here? And coming towards the stage?
What little I did see through the sweat in my eyeballs, I saw, they were coming in, and that's always a good feeling when you draw a crowd in. But yeah, I had my eyes closed most of the time, man. I was sweat. I always sweat up there. I mean, I'm screaming the whole time up there pretty much, and this arm's going to town.
Yeah.
And I just get to sweating so damn bad, and it's just like, oh God, But no, it's cool, man. We love playing these.
So I mentioned that you're healing up the ankle, and you've been on the road the entire time, so you haven't been able to even get it checked out at this point.
No, I was in Biloxi and just stepped off a curb and landed on it wrong, and couldn't walk on it, so I played 2 shows, Luke Bryan and Austin City Limits, all from a stool. Yeah. And just hobbled out there with a crutch and just rolled my pants up like Huck Finn and just like kicked my leg out and was just like, all right, well, here we go.
And usually I've seen you jumping around anyway.
Oh,
You're like really getting into it.
Oh,
and the one of my favorites, I did too, the Teenage Dirtbag. Like, you and I were like kindred spirits back in the day. You rock a hat better than I. I'm trying my damnedest.
This is great.
Well, I want to be the captain of Country Thunder because they didn't have one of those. And I'm like, maybe that could be me.
I love it.
Like, my dad's already disappointed, so I might as well go in, really go in hard. But you on that stage, when you had to perform on a stool, like, you got to move your upper body? Like, and just kind of go with that.
It was fun, man. It was really like a writer's round on steroids for us. Like all the boys were all jumping around, and my bass player has that big red hair, so that's just flying all over the place. But yeah, man, it was just, I would lean back and just kind of see them and just like put my head down, and you just still perform on a stool. I mean, I throw my hat off and kick the mic stand out and just go at it,
So I know a lot of people tie you in, for obvious reason, into Yellowstone since you're on the soundtrack and everything else. Leading up to, before even being part of it, did you watch Yellowstone before that even?
I had seen a couple. I had seen the first season and a couple other episodes after that. I don't get to watch TV much anymore.
Does it make you, like, season 5's kicking off in like a month?
I know.
Does it make you want to like check it out more?
Oh yeah,
as far as
Costner, baby.
Yeah,
it's Kevin Costner. And so Kevin's band Modern West, his guitar player wrote Wings, my song Wings, with me.
No way.
So that was the two of us. So I've always kind of been, my mind has kind of always been conscious of that world, that it's there, But when they told me that they were picking that up, man, I was ecstatic. I was like, oh my God, it's Kevin Costner. He's gonna be like, this is the first time anything like this has happened for me.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
So it looks like there's no end in sight with that show, and I know I don't know if they guaranteed that it's happening. Lainey Wilson, who is an amazing performer, and like, congrats to her, the success. They actually wrote a character for her. If they did that for you, what kind of character would that be? Have you thought about that? Would you turn it down, or would you?
I'd probably end up being like Rip's like worst cousin or something, and just be like, hey man, you need somebody to take people to the train station. I am your man.
And I think they should also lean into like more of the music side too, since it is like a whole lifestyle and stuff like that. They keep making offshoots. So they had like the prequel that Tim McGraw was a part of.
Yep.
Then they have one Harrison Ford's a part of coming out soon. I think they could lean into it and maybe like build more of a world.
Oh yeah, and that's what they're doing.
Kinda, yeah,
that's what they've been doing. Tyler Sheridan is just amazing. I mean, he was with Kurt Sutherland with Sons of Anarchy,
right,
and all that stuff. So he's been in that world for a while, and I mean, it's really impressive to see the world that they have built. And like, I know they got a lot of other stuff in the pot.
Yeah,
that's kind of cooking. But I can't wait to see what else they bring. It's going to be awesome.
And congratulations on the TV hit. I saw Kelly Clarkson duetted.
Yeah.
So that reaction, because that was this week too, right?
That was not last night, night before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had no
So
idea.
what a week.
I know.
I don't know if you believe in like, not karma per se, but like how the world works of something bad happened to your ankle. And it's like, well, we got to bring something really, really positive.
Yeah.
And so like, if you don't know what we're talking about, Kelly Clarkson, who performs certain songs, did you know in advance that this was going to be, she was going to do Don't Come Lookin'?
I was traveling all day, and my day-to-day manager was like, hey, man, by the way, Kelly Clarkson played your song on her show this morning. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And they sent it to me, so and I was on the plane, so I couldn't pull the video up
Yeah.
and watch it. I had the free texting thing. I was like, okay, I'll watch it later. So I hit the ground, went and did 2 hours of work, and then we watched it. That video was the first time I ever watched it. So.
Oh, the reaction video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Virgin reaction. Yeah.
It's-
It was cool. It was cool, man. I had no idea, and I mean, what else are you supposed to say?
Yeah.
You know, she killed it.
Yeah, it's great. So watch that, and we're talking. I mentioned the Teenage Dirtbag. So like, you have to think, you and your career right now, how many people are watching in the crowd, and I don't know if you can tell people that you're inspiring to maybe like lean more into starting a career in music. Have people, maybe meet and greets or anything else, anybody that said like, hey, you really inspire me to like want to make this my like calling?
Man. Yeah, man. There's been a couple people. There's been some people up north, like Maine way, that have been like, man, we want to be doing what you're doing, and are pretty serious about it. But I've had little kids come up to me and be like, I want to be like you when I grow up, and that's like so awesome, you know. And like, I'm both my niece and nephew are that way, you know. I'm Uncle Jack to them.
Yeah.
And whenever I'm on the speaker or whatever, they're dancing and whatnot. So I can see it kind of in my nephew's eyes a little bit that he's like interested in it, you know. But yeah, man.
So the last thing is the graduating class of 2023. If there's anything you could say to them to inspire them, so think about this like a speech at a graduation. Is there any words, think back maybe when you were in school, anything that was given to you that helped you? I always tell this story, I don't know why, but I think my principal at the time, she kept saying, make sure you polish this brass. This brass is yours. And I'm like, that is the worst phrase to say to anybody who's in high school, to polish the brass. So I'm sharing that because that was awful, and that came from a principal.
Yeah.
So I think we can do better than that to inspire people to, I guess, I don't know, chase their dreams, or any words that stand out that we can play for Central Florida?
Don't be afraid to love hard. Don't be afraid to love hard. No matter what, the sun's going to come up the next day, whether you're walking around or 6 foot under. So just keep that in mind and just keep on moving forward. That's the only way you got left to go, is forward. You can't go back. So ball out, live, and don't hold back. 100% every time.
Love it. All right. Words of wisdom, inspiration. Hey, congratulations on the success you've had so far.
Thank you, man.
This is just like the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Get it. Take some time on that ankle.
I will.
I hope
I'll do my best.
Yeah, and fantastic job. You kicked off Country Thunder. You made it look easy when I know it's not.
It was blistering up there.
Yeah.
But it's always a good time. It's always a good time.
Thanks so much, Jackson Dean, backstage, K923, Country Thunder.